Hi everyone. In this video, we'll try to cover another important topic, which is nothing but functions without return statement. Because many of you will have this doubt, if I'm not using return statement inside a function, so what will happen? And what is the difference between this return statement and print statement inside a function? Okay. So for this, I'm going to use this particular example. I think you remember this particular function we have written. Only the change I have done, instead of using return, I'm using print function here. If I show you my previous function, you can see here I was using this particular return statement. Now I'm using this particular print statement. So to explain this particular concept, I'll copy this particular code and I will go to Python tutor website, and there I'll try to show you. Now guys, I'm inside this Python tutor website. Now here I'm going to paste this particular code snippet. Now if I visualize the execution, now you can see my program has executed successfully. Now it is reading for the first line. Now if I click on the next, I think it will go where my function is getting called. You can see here my function is getting called. Now before executing this particular print statement, first of all it will execute this particular function. That means whatever code you have written inside a function, it will execute first. Now if I click on the next, you will see that my code will redirect here, and it has created one temporary block, and this is the main code property. You can see this is the main code property. Here you are executing this particular odd even function, that's why it's trailing. It's a main code property, or you can also call it as global frame, right? And there would be another block. This is the temporary block. This is the function block. Okay, function property only, and function property actually is a temporary one. Once my function has executed, this particular property will be removed, okay, from this particular block. I think I showed you in my previous video, right? Now if I click on the next, see it is checking this condition whether this particular 5 is an odd and even number. Definitely it's an odd number, so this particular condition would be false, and it will go in the else condition. You can see it will go in the else condition. Now see what will happen. It will print this particular odd number. Okay, it will print this particular odd number. If I click on next, you'll see that this odd number would be printed. See, there is no return statement I used. That's why return value is equal to none. Okay, it is returning none. That means if you are not using a return statement, by default your function will return none. Okay, by default your function will return none. That means you are not using any kinds of return statement inside this particular function. You are only printing, and that particular print I got it. So this is the actually difference between print statement and return statement. Okay, I hope you got it. Now if I click on the next, you will see that this particular block would be removed because my function has been executed successfully. Okay, I hope you got it. That means if you are not using any return statement, by default it will return none. Okay, and that particular none would be printed here. You can see this function is returning none, and this particular print function is printing that particular none, okay, in the console. I hope this is clear. But whenever you are using return statement, it is returning this particular message. Okay, it is returning this particular message. I think I showed you my previous example. See, it is returning this particular message, and that's why you can see this particular return statement. Let me show you. If I copy this particular code and if I just paste it here, now again let me execute. Now see, if I click on the next, see my main block would be created. Now my function block would be created. Now it will check this number. It's an odd number. It will go to the return statement. Now see, it will return this particular odd number. Okay, but previously it was returning none here because I was using the print statement there. Okay, I was printing it instead of using return statement, and if you're not using return, it will return none. Okay, and that particular none would be printed here. I hope you got it. If we are using function without return statements, what would be the output? Okay, and what is the difference between return and print statement inside a function? So this is like very important concept inside function, because lots of people will have the confusion. Even interviewer also asked this particular question. Okay, that's why I showed you. So yes, this is all about from this particular video. Thank you so much.